By 23, Phelps had already accomplished more than most Olympians can dream to do in a lifetime. But he wasn't finished, not even close. Phelps' mission at Beijing 2008 was clear. He was going to break Mark Spitzer's record of 7 gold medals at a single Olympic Games. He was going to win 8. A seemingly impossible goal that was no short of sacrifice, Phelps has spent the better part of the last decade in the water, and even skipped the opening ceremonies to prepare for the most grueling of events, the 400-metre individual medley. He won in world record time, nearly 5 seconds faster than the mark he set in Athens. The quest for 8 was on. But his next challenge was arguably his toughest, the 4x100-metre freestyle relay. Leading up to the final, the French, led by eventual 100-metre Olympic champion Alain Bernard, were heavy favourites. Every way the race was broken down by the press leading up to the final, it had the same result: France winning, with the USA settling for silver. If the Americans were to stand even the remotest of chances of winning gold, it would take a miracle. And that's just exactly what they got. Phelps set an American record in the opening leg with a blistering time of 47.51. But the sub-48-second swims for teammates Garrett Webber-Gale and Cullen Jones weren't enough to stop the French, who took the lead. Swimming the anchor leg for the Americans was veteran Jason Lezak. When he dove in, he was more than a body length behind Bernard. It was over. It was too steep a hill to climb, even for a 3-time Olympian like Lezak. At the turn, Lezak made up a bit of ground, but Bernard was still firmly in the lead. France was going to win this relay, and the Americans would have to settle for silver. But Lezak refused to give up, digging deep with every stroke as the race entered the final 25 metres. Even with the whole world watching and expecting that the French would win, Lezak didn't stop. In the last 5 metres, Bernard tightened up, and Lezak swung his final stroke to the wall. He'd done it. Lezak out-touched Bernard by less than 1/10 of a second, and the water cube erupted in disbelief. Lezak's split of 46.06 is still the fastest 100-metre long course split in swimming history. And for Phelps, his quest for 8 golds was still alive. He burned through the rest of his schedule, setting world records in every event and bringing his tally to 6 gold medals. To tie Spitzer's record, Phelps faced his biggest individual challenge of the Games in the 100-metre butterfly. His challenger? Serbia's Milorad Kavic, who topped the rankings after the heats and semi-finals ahead of Phelps. Kavic wanted to be the swimmer who stood in the way of history. Phelps needed something special to win this race. The two stared each other down, almost as if they both knew that whatever the outcome were to be, it would go down into the annals of Olympic history. Kavic led at the turn. Phelps was well behind the rest of the field. Perfect. By now, Phelps had established himself not as the swimmer to jump out to an early lead. He's the one who chases you down in the final metres, as if there was no limit to his endurance. With 5 metres to go, Kavic held his breath and put his head down as if to will his way to Olympic glory. Phelps swung his arms around one more stroke and Kavic glided to the wall. 1/100th of a second. As if the relay wasn't dramatic enough, Phelps added another unbelievable win for good measure. The 7th gold medal was secured, Spitzer's record was tied, and Phelps was in the precipice of history. The 4x100-metre medley relay gave Phelps a chance to bask in the glory of what he's accomplished. The American quartet of Phelps, Lezak, Aaron Pearsall and Brandon Henson won easily in world record time. 17 swims in 9 days, 8 gold medals, 7 world records. A feat in the sporting world akin to climbing Mount Everest. Phelps was more than just an Olympian now. He'd become immortal.